Hi guys, what I want to do in this video is talk about the three games that in my 40 years of being a pool fan and sometimes a player, the three games that were the biggest waste of time, the stupidest three games. I'll just apologize right off the bat if you invented one of these games or if you were world champion in one of these games. I'm really kind of sorry that you wasted your time. Maybe you actually were really trying to do something good. Better to try and fail than not try at all. I think that's the saying. That's a saying, or it should be a saying. So what I'm doing here is I just took out 7 pool balls because to me the third stupidest game that there's been out there that I remember is 7 ball. I don't remember ever seeing 7 ball after about 1990. In the 80s, 1980s, they you would just see it. It was just stupid. It's like they were trying to make the game faster than 9 ball was even. And a lot of times it seems like the powers that be, they thought that's all that the fans cared about was how many balls can you make in a row and run outs and explosive breaks and things like that. The pool playing fans, the real pool playing fans, want to see a much more rounded type of a game. The ones that don't play pool, they couldn't care less because they're not going to watch it anyway. But 7 ball was an attempt to, I guess, make people happy. So what I just did, and I'll take a picture of this so you can see what I just did. I racked them in a circle. I just used a triangle rack. You could have, I guess if you were a crazy person, spent money on an actual 7 ball rack. But I racked these in a circle, which is essentially a 9 ball rack without the front and the back. And then, if you're using a regular triangle rack like I am, you turn it sideways. And then spot the one. So like that. I don't remember there being any rules about like the placement of these balls. But the 1 needs to be in the front and the 7 needs to be in the middle. These other balls I just put randomly. I don't think there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think there was that specification, but there might have been, in some situations. I remember seeing a couple of variations of 7 ball, but what I'm going to talk about is just what I remember, kind of seeing like on ESPN and stuff. They made Willie Mosconi in Minnesota Fats play 7 ball a couple times. I remember seeing that. It was just sad and stupid. So in 7 ball, you play it in rotation. You have to hit the low ball first. Everything, someone's got to hit a rail, things like that, like regular pool. 7 on the break was a win in the variations that I saw. So one of the problems with this type of a setup is that 7 is going to be one of the fastest moving balls on the table when I break. I'm going to hit the 1, the 6 is going to shoot to the foot rail, shoot back. If the 7 is still there, it's going to hit it and it's going to move fast. And a lot of times that 7 will go here. Well, a lot of times it will go here if I break from the other side. Sometimes it'll bang. And it's going to be moving pretty quickly. And it said that's a win. So if I'm the breaker, I would have just set it off a little bit, not dead on, just off a little bit, and then just hit the 1. I don't know any special tricks for it. So something must have kissed and slowed down the 7 because it didn't move very fast, but sometimes that happens. At this point, this is where the strategy of the game comes into play. I'm going to use that. Well, let's just do strategy. I made a ball, I keep shooting. But my opponent gets to pick a side for the 7. So my opponent would pick a side that he will shoot the 7 into if he ever gets a chance. And I get the other side. In this case, yep, I'm going to look at that placement of the other balls and stuff like that. And if I'm the opponent, I'm going to say, I'm going to put the 7 on this side. And that means here, here, or here. That's what my opponent just said. So that means me, as the breaker, I have to put the 7 on this side. This is the strategic part of the game. And it's just dumb. It's just so dumb. So you basically just shoot these like rotation, because that's what it is. You have to shoot them in rotation. And I just have to keep in mind that I've got to put the 7, if I keep shooting, into one of these 3 pockets. Will I do that? I don't know. Maybe there's supposed to be some suspense or something that says, yeah, he'll do that, or no, he won't. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. There's all this drama and tension and all this. I don't think there really is. But the people that invented this game, I guess maybe they thought there was all kinds of suspense happening at this point, and the crowd is just eagerly anticipating, oh my gosh, how in the world is he going to shoot the 7 all the way over on the other side when it's clearly closer to this side? How? Oh my gosh, there's the tension and the suspense and all that fun stuff. And then the player will go and the crowd goes, oh my gosh, he's gonna get it, he's gonna get it. He overcame the strategy of picking the shot, picking the side. Just so stupid. I don't believe this game ever really caught on. I remember seeing it in some, like I said, like exhibition matches. In the 80s, they would grab all the old people, all the old pool players, the famous pool players, and have them do little matches on ESPN and stuff. And a lot of times they'd play 8-ball, 9-ball, and 7-ball. And no. 8-ball, 9-ball, fine. 7-ball, they just made it up. They literally just made it up so they could, I don't know. Well, the one time I put the rack together in my old bar in Omaha, the circular rack that's kind of turned sideways, and this guy, he goes, this is a work of art, Dave. Well, that's about the only thing that could be good about 7-ball that for me was good. It was an unusual looking rack. But that's not enough. So that was number 3 in my list of the 3 stupidest games. Number 2 in my list. Apparently, you were supposed to buy like the official set to do this, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use 9 balls and my imagination a little bit. This game was Speed 8-ball. Again, the powers that be decided that they wanted everything to be break and run, break and run, break and run, no safeties, no strict, nothing like that. So, hey, 8-ball is way too complicated, way too many safeties and stuff like that. So we're going to do Speed 8-ball. And there would be a rack. You could buy the official set. It would be a bunch of red balls, a bunch of yellow balls, and a black 8-ball. I never bought the set. I never fell for that stuff. So I'm just going to use solids, the stripes, like a normal 8-ball thing, and then the 8. And this one here, they would just rack Well, you rack it like 9 ball, but it's 58 in the middle. I don't know if there were any rules as far as what goes what and all that. It just doesn't matter. It's still going to be a stupid game. You know, at this point, because it's speed 8 ball, there was probably a shot clock involved. I don't recall if there was or not. But it was basically just 8 ball, but with fewer balls. I could shoot. If I take solids, I could shoot them in any order in the 8. With stripes in any order in the 8. You don't have to do them in rotation or whatever. So mostly this game was just, like I said, it's 8 ball, but with fewer balls on the table. And you just play. You hope you don't get everything all tied up. I don't remember if there was a rule like in a lot of 8 ball, like take what you make. I don't remember. Probably not, because it was speed 8 ball. You probably shoot anything you felt like to start out. In this case, I'm very much less than thrilled with that 9. But let's do it anyway. Let's try it anyway. Let's try stripes anyway. Might have come a little bit too far there. That one I went through the gap and didn't really think I would. So, can I make the shot? I can. Will I make the shot? I guess we'll find out. Oh, I can't this time. Oh my gosh. So much for the speed part of speed 8 ball, right? And I'll just keep going through this, and it's never going to get any better. There's no strategy to this game. I guess beyond just picking the right suit of balls that you're going to shoot. There's no strategy. It's just shoot. Less safeties than you're going to get in 8 ball. Probably less safeties. It's just a dumb game, kind of a waste of time. I don't know if I ever saw this game played, but I do remember reading about it, hearing about it in the magazines or whatever. I remember seeing the ball set for sale in some magazine. Oh, David. See, I'm so bored I fell asleep on that shot. There was probably a rule on a call the 8 in that pocket. As if it wasn't obvious. Just so stupid. Just so stupid. But the last game I'm going to talk about, I don't know if I can shoot it because I don't have the official balls in it. And this was much more recent than 7 ball or speed 8 ball. A lot of you people might even remember bonus ball. 12, 13 years ago. I tell you what, you have to give those guys an A for effort. And as far as they organize a league with a bunch of teams, and they actually put on, shows and stuff, and you can still find some of this stuff on YouTube. But there's an old saying about polishing a turd. No matter how much you've polished a turd, it's still a turd. Putting lipstick on the Mona Lisa might be another way of saying it. For bonus ball, they invented a new game, thinking it was going to be the greatest new game ever. And it wasn't. And then they decided to, I don't know, put it in a spectacle of a show that would make Siegfried and Roy blush and have scantily clad models out spotting the balls. And just, it was almost like the whole thing, the whole bonus ball thing was a parody. It was almost like a Saturday Night Live skit of what a new pool league would be. It was just that bad. The game itself is very complicated with the rules. It's simple enough to begin, you have to shoot. I have to shoot in this pocket or that pocket or that pocket. And my opponent has to shoot here, here, or here. You have to shoot orange and then purple and then black. Or purple, then orange and black. And the black's always spotted here. And it always spots up. And that's the models that would come up and do that. And it was just, my brain hurts I Googled it to try to get the date range of when it was. My brain hurts from just reading about it. Because it brought back painful memories of watching it. Now, I'm a pool fan. I'm like, hey, there's a new pool league, a new game, and they have real teams and all this, and the players are going to make money and stuff. But it's just so stupid. And I've talked to players that actually played in this league. They're on TV, on the internet. Don't know how to play the damn game. Still don't. And I talked to them 2 or 3 years after, the league folded. They'd already forgotten how to play it. Sure, they made some money. But at what cost? At what cost did they make money? As far as I'm concerned, bonus ball is the worst game that was ever invented for pool. As I said already, though, they did try. They were organized and not afraid to spend money on the promotion and stuff. I think their mistakes, well, there were a lot of mistakes. Their biggest mistake was trying to invent a new stupid game. If it had been a 9-ball league, I think it would have been a lot better. If it had been a 9-ball league without the models spotting balls and smiling at the camera and all that, I think it would have been maybe even a success. Pool players would have watched that. Watch another pool player, pro player, watch something they're familiar with. But the way it turned out, we didn't watch it. Because we didn't understand the damn game. The rules were too complicated. It was too hard to keep track of orange and purple and black. Oh my. So we just didn't watch it, and it folded. And, good riddance, I guess. Again, if you invented the thing, good for you. Thanks for trying, man. If you threw a whole bunch of money at the thing, hey, you gotta risk money to make money, and you did try, so good for you. If you're one of the players that made some money off of this bonus ball stuff, yeah, that's great, because it's hard to make money otherwise. I don't know if I have anything else that I really want to add to that. If you guys can think of any other games that are more stupid than those three: 7-ball, speed 8-ball, bonus ball, let me know. I might have run across them, but I've forgotten about them. And for this video, those are the only three that I remember that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so stupid. so boring, and so stupid, and what's the point of it? And that's, as always, my channel, my opinion. Thanks, guys.